Ready to get your buzz on? Sports Buzz is here to take all calls and answer all questions about your favorite team, coach, or player, local, regional, and national. Sports Buzz, taking calls and kicking game.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org. Our number, 964-2121, the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz Line. We want to hear from you tonight. This is Louisville's original live TV sports talk show. I'm your host, Greg Brom, and we are honored tonight to have a very special guest. A Sugar Bowl champion is sitting next to me tonight, the starting offensive tackle and captain of the Louisville football team, Alex Cupper. Alex, congratulations and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
All right. Hey, before we start talking about the game itself, what's been the reaction since you've gotten back after winning the Sugar Bowl from people around town? I know you're kind of probably basking in the love from the fan base, but has it been more than you expected, or has it been overwhelming in any sense?
You know, it was when we got back here this Thursday. You know, the crowd that was here just for us. You know, local guys. You know, all the guys flew home. The local guys, we got like 2,000 people at the complex and everything. It was just amazing to see that response from the fan base and just how excited they are moving forward, especially with this program. You know, the guys start up probably in a couple weeks. It can sink in for the rest of my life. I can ride this wave out, but it's awesome.
Finish on top.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Going into the game, let's talk a little bit about Florida and what was the game plan? I mean, what did you all think that you could do against them? What was the strategy coming into the game? They were known for their defense, and it was going to be a big challenge for you guys, but what were you thinking that you could accomplish?
Well, you know, they had a bunch of talent, you know, across the board, but they didn't really have a lot of sacks. You know, we kind of noticed that about them when you watch third down, and that's where we were successful in the first half. You watch third down, and, you know, they have, you know, a sack here or there, and you have these big-time pass rushers. So we knew that, you know, if we got to third down, if we could just we could hold our ground and give, you know, Teddy time to throw the ball, we could move it on him, and we did, obviously, in that first half.
Yeah, we're watching some highlights of the game right now. What was the feeling on the sideline? And we're going to see it here in a moment when Terrell Floyd on this play, first play, takes it to the house, and you're up 7-0 just like that.
Oh, that's probably the best way you can start a game. That or a kickoff return. I mean, my goodness. 14 seconds in, you're already up. You know, you're up 7 points.
I tell you what, and I know the stadium, the Louisville fan base was amazing.
Amazing.
And the Sugar Bowl, the Superdome was probably 2/3 full, but Louisville was almost all of that. The roof came off when that ball was intercepted. I've never seen a crazier crowd. The energy was unbelievable. And this is Teddy on the first series. Now, I don't even know how he got back up after that hit right there.
Oh, no, he's the toughest. He's a tough dude. You know, he just picked himself up, composed himself, and moved forward.
Yeah, and you guys, I know coming into the game, I think for the game you only had 70 yards rushing, but Jeremy Wright did have 84 yards rushing. I think you did a decent job in the run game. And then in the pass game, where you guys, I thought, had the advantage and you exploited it, was with all of your receivers. You're tough to cover. You are tough to cover in the passing game, and Teddy was able to exploit that, completed passes to 9 different receivers. I think offensively you're just way more explosive than Florida.
Well, I mean, you look at, you know, he's done that all year. He had, I think it was double-digit catches with 8 or 9 different receivers, which is amazing. And the way he uses his running backs for checkdowns, you know, when the deep stuff isn't there, he just checks it down and just keeps on moving us in the right direction. And that's just the type of player he is. He spreads the ball around.
We talked a little bit about the crowd. Tell me what it was like. I was at the hotel the day of the game, and the energy from the crowd there in New Orleans, and it's a little bit different than some other, but like in Miami, people have been to the Orange Bowl. It's a little more spread out. Louisville fans, I think they had just as many people in Miami, except everybody was in a different location all around town. In New Orleans, you're all right in the same corner of Bourbon Street. And the Marriott there, when you guys came out of your meeting, or it might have been a team meal, and you saw the number of fans, I would say a couple of thousand fans in the lobby, out in the sidewalk leading to the bus. I mean, what did you guys think when you saw that? It was emotional. I think many fans with tears in their eyes. For this game, they knew how big it was, how important it was. What did you guys think?
Well, you know, I joked with Coach Strong the day after the game. I was like, Coach, that was probably the best card march we had since you've been here. And it was. When you came down that escalator, you just saw the whole lobby was packed. You saw the whole 2 blocks. It was just packed full of, red, and it was a great way to send us off. And a great, it just gave us that energy we needed to get going.
I think that this game, Alex, for Carter, I saw a lot of fans who have been following the program for years and years, back to the 70s and 60s. And literally, I think it was a statement for not just the football team, but kind of the city. And what our fan base in Louisville has been striving for is to get the opportunity to get a win like this over a number 3 ranked Florida team, somebody perennially a power in the SEC. And I think the whole city was just rallied behind you guys in this game. And literally, it was the best atmosphere I've ever seen for a Cardinal football game. It really was. It was like a home game.
I don't disagree one bit. But it's just another big stepping stone for this program that, has been rebuilt. And I was talking to, I think I did an interview down there or after the game, and it was like, is this like the where Louisville wants to be? But I was like, Louisville's been building for years. You look back in the '90s Fiesta Bowl win, when John L. was getting the wins here with Florida State and everything, and obviously Coach Petrino. So, Louisville's a product that's been building over time, and right now it's just on a really high stage.
Throughout the year, you guys had a really good year. There were some stumbling blocks along the way. How were you able to turn it around the last 2 games? The victory against Rutgers and the Sugar Bowl win, it was kind of like you all played differently. I think quality of play was better than it was the other 11 games that you had throughout the year. Was there something that happened, or what do you think helped you guys take it to another level?
Well, if you looked at it, that North Carolina game, we always reference back to that. The stage that Coach Strong set for us there, it's like these guys, they got pro talent all over the board. And, there's a challenge to us. And I think Teddy mentioned it in the postgame show. It's when we're on that stage as a team, we respond. That's just the way it is. You got to respond. Some people sink, or some people sink, some people swim. We swim in that type of atmosphere. And it was just, we just rallied around each other and just, played great.
I agree with you. I think the Cardinal fan base has been like this for years. They've always wanted to just play games that mean something. I think you guys definitely played better in the games that meant something. Mm-hmm. That you knew it was important to win, and you could show people how good you were in those type of atmospheres, those type of stage. We're taking your calls, 964-2121. If you want to talk about the Sugar Bowl, you want to talk about your experience in New Orleans, or you want to ask Alex Cupper a question. You just want to thank him for the career he gave and his teammates and his fellow seniors and what they did for the Louisville program. Give us a call. We're going to be back in a moment. This is the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org.
Sports Buzz will return after these messages from our sponsors.
Smart shoppers, 'cause this is how you roll.
Get everything you need to make that old ride look new again at Smart Shoppers, the region's largest auto body supplier, providing you the full line of professional-grade materials at the best prices around. Paint like the pros with a full line of House of Color paint products, only at
Smart Shoppers, 'cause this is how you roll.
Hi, I'm Jim Weeks. At MaxCare, no project is too big. We have the capabilities to handle the smallest residential project to the largest commercial undertaking. We even clean big houses like this one. And everyone has been abuzz about our amazing 4 areas for $99 special. We want to let everyone know that MaxCare also cleans upholstery, ceramic tile, and air ducts. We also install and refinish hardwood floors dust-free. MaxCare, locally owned and family operated. Give us a call, 636-4629.
Joe here for Joe's OK Bayou. There are 2 things I've learned in the almost 20 years of doing business. First, every Cajun has their own secret recipe to a good gumbo. And second, I never claim to be better than Mama's cooking. We've been cooking up true Cajun for a long time now, and I think we're starting to win over some moms. Well, there might be a few tough moms out there yet to convince, but we're making progress. Stop in today and see for yourself how we measure up to moms.
Joe's okay by you. It's okay by me. Mama.
I thought all cleaning services were the same until Molly made my carpets fresh, until Molly made my bathroom glow, until Molly made my kitchen shine. I thought all cleaning services were too expensive until Molly made my day. Now, meet the cleaning professionals that work as hard as you do. Call this number for your free in-home consultation and customized estimate. Wow, Molly Maid was here.
We're back, the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org. We're talking with Alex Cupper about the Cardinals' domination of one of the big boys in the SEC, the Florida Gators in the Sugar Bowl, 33-23. And I was walking out of the game on Wednesday, Alex, and the Louisville fans chanting SEC, 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 because they've heard for years how this mighty SEC, Louisville just couldn't compete at that level. And did you get any special satisfaction, or have you heard that as a team? How does the team respond to those people on the SEC bandwagon who say Louisville couldn't compete on a week-in, week-out basis in the SEC? How did that ever motivate you guys?
Oh, absolutely. You look, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's hands down the best conference in football. Obviously, they got top to bottom. They got a lot of teams that can play ball and on a high level. So to be able to play with a team like that and to be able to come out and beat a team like that just says, speaks volume of the talent that we have moving forward.
Well, let me ask you, if you were playing an SEC schedule, how good do you think you guys would do? I
mean, you play the if game a lot there, but obviously if we can compete with the best, one of the best teams in that conference, nothing says that we can't play with the rest of them.
And I'm with you on that as far as, the grind of the SEC may be difficult, but with all those difficult opponents, it's more opportunities for big wins. I mean, you'd have more chances to have signature-type victories like this, and to go in and beat a team like Florida. I say bring on Alabama. Florida down, bring on the Tide. We're going to go to our callers right now on 964-2121, the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz line. Let's go to my man, Handsome Jimmy. What's up, Handsome?
Hey, Greg, what's going on, baby? Hey, Alex, congratulations on the big win, partner.
Thank you very much.
I loved it. And Alex, I got to tell you, Greg played on the team and the Fiesta Bowl team, and it's all, hearing the SEC chant when Alabama was coming out of the tunnel and Greg and them was coming out of the other tunnel, they said it's all you heard was SEC. Well, they got the same treatment y'all did in Florida. Apparently. What I'm saying. But Alex, I got to ask you, with Coach Strong, with the distractions with Tennessee, I'm amazed how y'all stay so focused. And what kind of game plan do you have? And how much distraction was that when Tennessee was pursuing Coach Strong? And Alex, I wish you nothing but the best, baby. I hope you play at the next level, and I wish you nothing but the best, partner. And I love watching you play, my man. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much. But at that point in the preparation, we hadn't really gotten started on preparing for Florida and everything. So, it's just a day-by-day basis. There for about 12 hours, it was really hectic, and the emotions were crazy. Guys didn't know where he was going, but he sat us all down and told us that we could trust him. He was going to do what was right. And from then on, we knew that he was staying, and it was we were just going to move forward.
I was going to say, when did he tell you guys he was staying?
It was the Wednesday. I think it was.
Was it the morning meeting or the afternoon?
The afternoon, or the night before.
The night before.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think? What did you think? If at the time, I mean, you're a senior now, you can tell us.
Oh, I know. Well,
did you think he was staying or leaving?
I thought he was staying. I knew he's a man of integrity. He's a man of his word, and when he sat us down, or when we took a knee before we went up to Rutgers, he said, don't listen to any of that. I'm your coach, for the long haul. I'm here for you guys and everything. So we got on the plane, went up, beat Rutgers, and came back. But when you hear all that media speculation, it starts showing, on ESPN and everything. You start second guessing yourself, and that's just human nature. But when he sat us back down, I was 100% all in. I knew he was gonna stay.
All right, let's go to the mayor. Hey, Mayor.
Hey, boys. Hey, Alex, it was a pleasure to meet you today. We got to meet you at one of the stores you were out shopping with your family. And I tell you what, it was a thrill to be down there at the Sugar Bowl. I appreciate all the effort you did. Your story is quite a great one with being a walk-on and graduating quickly in school, and I can only hope the best for you. And I'll tell you what, you've become, whether you guys know it or not, I know you're young and everything, but you're going to be in that group now, which is awesome, of the 80 championship, the 86 championship, the Fiesta Bowl guys, the Orange Bowl guys, and now the Sugar Bowl guys. And I tell you what, that's quite the company to hold there. And for the rest of your life, you come back here when you're 60 years old, if you disappear here for 20, 30 years, you're always going to be that guy that played on the Sugar Bowl team. And I think that's pretty awesome. And you guys did a great job down there, and I'm proud to be a Louisville fan, guys.
Thank you very much, Mayor. We talked about, when I first got to Louisville, it was all, at the Orange Bowl team. Were you on the Orange Bowl team? Did you experience that? And now, I can say that I was on the Sugar Bowl team. So it's just going to be something special moving forward.
Talk about, you did arrive, you were a walk-on with Will Stein and Scott Radcliffe and some other your fellow seniors. Talk about what it's like to be a walk-on and to really have to earn your way, work your way up the hard way, and pay those dues. What's that like, as opposed to a scholarship player?
Well, when you come in as a walk-on, in our position, the coaches didn't really. I mean, they knew who you were, but they, that for those first couple of years, they're like, you got to develop and everything. So, you have to put the work in, academically, in the weight room and everything, and just put in that hard work that you need to, put yourself at the Division I level. And then when you do, just, you got to fight for every rep you get, every second of the day you have to be working to, earn a scholarship, earn playing time.
I tell you what, and you guys are good examples, and a lot of other walk-ons could probably learn a lot of lessons from you guys, because what I've seen is if you're a good player and you have to walk on a certain place, if you stick out the hard times and you stick it out your whole career, by the time you're done, you'll make significant contributions, like you three guys and many others like you have. But it's a tougher road, definitely, to hoe, to have to earn everything you get. You don't get anything handed to you initially or ever when you come in that circumstance. Let's go to Clyde. You're up.
Alex?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for everything you've done and everything.
No problem.
Alex, congratulations for the win over Sugar Bowl.
Oh, I appreciate it.
And my question is, you think Teddy's going to stay with us for another year or two, or you think he's going to go on pro?
Well, it just depends with him. The potential season that he could have, it might springboard him into the the NFL early. But I don't think that decision's made in his mind just yet. He's a type of kid that just likes to keep on moving forward and keep on progressing as a player and everything. So I think that he'll just have to reevaluate after next season.
All right, our number 964-2121, the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzzline. We want to hear from you. We're talking to Alex Cupper about the Sugar Bowl, about the Cardinal football team, talking about Alex, his career. If you have any questions or him, definitely give us a call. I want to pose this question as we go to break and get your thoughts on this. We've got the Fiesta Bowl victory over Alabama, the Orange Bowl victory over Wake Forest, and now the Sugar Bowl champion Cardinals defeating Florida. Which is the biggest bowl victory in Louisville football history? 964-2121. This is the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org.
Sports Buzz will return after these messages from our sponsors.
Smart shoppers, 'cause this is how you roll. You love your car, it's your best friend. There's one thing that you know. Before you drive around in any city or town, you want to show off, yeah, this is how you roll. That's what we're all about. Smart shoppers, 'cause this is how you roll.
Landscape of sports talk radio has changed in a big way. 1450 The Sports Buzz brings you the best local shows and national shows in the area, starting with Mason and Myers in the morning, The Dan Patrick Show, The Freak Show with John Renshaw, and Inside the Press Box, as well as high school, college, and professional games. Sick of the same old watered-down sports talk? Look no further than 1450 The Sports Buzz and 1450thesportsbuzz.com.
Don't let computer problems get you down. Call Igloo On-Site Computer Repair. Our award-winning service staff can help you, residential or business. Drop off or on-site, we can fix it. Igloo On-Site Computer Repair. Visit us online or call us to schedule an appointment today.
For the strength when I am weak, for the warmth when I am cold, I turn to you.
Call or go online now for more information on inpatient and outpatient programs at the City of Hope Recovery Center.
Fall is here, and you are going to fall in love with all the great deals that we have for you on 21 Live all the time. You can find our great values on our website. That website is shop21live.com. All the different categories of life. You're going to find the best stuff there at the best prices. And while you're there, don't forget to like us on Facebook as well. Great values on the show, too, every week. You can find us here on ION Saturday mornings at 10 a.m.
All right, we hope you're enjoying tonight's Sunday Sports Buzz, but also listen throughout the week. 1450 The Sports Buzz. I join Rashawn Myers, Jeff Mason on Tuesdays and Fridays around 7:15, 7:30. We talk about the events of the day. It's brought to you by InsureMax. Call Chad and Alan Hennessy at 479-4085. Great guys, great Trinity guys, Alex, and they'll take care of you for all your insurance needs. And I'm with the great Trinity guys we mentioned earlier, Alex Cupper. And I threw out before the break, the biggest bowl victory in Louisville history is at the Fiesta Bowl, the Orange Bowl, and the Sugar Bowl. Now, Alex, you've been around a while. I'm sure you would say the Sugar Bowl. I'm a little favorable to the Fiesta Bowl, but I would say this. I think that your victory in the Sugar Bowl, that really could be a gateway to bigger and better things. And I think it is the biggest victory in a bowl game. I think the 06 team maybe had a better season overall, just as a group. They were favored in their bowl against Wake Forest. And while it was a big win, it wasn't as monumental, I think, as defeating number 3 ranked Florida. They were playing when we beat Alabama in the Fiesta Bowl? It was a 4-loss Alabama team. It wasn't, but it was huge at the time. We never had been there before, and it really, I think, said to the nation that we want to be good in football. But this victory here, I think it could lead to what's next for this team. I mean, what could this lead to? All these players coming back. We're going to talk about some guys that are going to come and join the group next year in a little bit. But what is next for this team next year, you think?
Well, it was Schnellenberger who said, national championship is imminent. The only
collision course.
The only degree, the only thing is time.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be right. Honestly, it's with Coach Strong staying and everything, and the program that he's building. I mean, it's only time. And the schedule that sets up next year, it might not be strong enough, but from years to come, when they move into that new conference, the talent that they'll bring in, and the type of games that they'll be able to play, the stages they'll play on. I mean, that's my expectation.
Yeah, next year's team is the team, I think. I don't know if that schedule is going to allow them to gain enough respect. This will go a long way. This victory actually counts for next year's team.
Without a doubt.
It really does. But, losing Boise as well, that could have been a potential loss, to be honest, going to Boise.
Yeah.
You take them off the schedule. It looks like they could roll next year. I really think they have a good shot to go undefeated. Maybe they add a major non-conference game. I don't know. But I'm almost thinking undefeated would get them, if they had the playoff, undefeated would get them in a playoff next year. I don't know if it'll get them in the championship game, but undefeated would get them into the playoff. We're watching some highlights here and Terrell Floyd's interception. We had some other big, when you're dominating a team, Alex, is when a team like Florida has to run a trick play to score on 4th and 1.
Yeah.
I mean, they run this goofy formation in order to get a touchdown on 4th and 1 before the end of the half. I know Teddy had a couple of big completions that were important early on, but you guys pretty much, did you feel like you had it under control the whole time?
Well, you know, with a team like Florida, with a team, you know, any team, you know, North Carolina proved this to us. You have to play all 4 quarters, and you know, you cannot let up one bit. And we never really let off the gas the whole game. We kept it steady, you know, margin, just kept on playing all the way through.
All right, we got a lot of callers on the line. We're taking more calls. 964-2121. Micah, you're up with Alex Cupper.
Hey, Alex. I wanted to say that we're proud of you and great job at the game. Love you.
Love you too, Micah.
All right, great. The love keeps coming down upon Alex. He deserves it, he and his teammates. Let's go to Terry. Terry, okay, she'll call back. We know that. Roger. Oh, right. Wait, we'll get Terry up here in a second, Alex. Talk a little bit about, we mentioned Teddy Bridgewater before the break. The mayor called and said something about Teddy. What type of person is Teddy? What's he like? I mean, he seems quiet to us, not, you know, mild-mannered. But what is he like away from the field, and what's he like in the midst of that huddle?
You know, he's actually really goofy. You wouldn't think it, but you know, when he's around his element that, you know, he's comfortable about, he cracks some jokes, and he's a great teammate. Honestly, he's very dedicated, very humble. He's a very humble person. With all the attention he gets, you know, he just doesn't want. He just deflects it. You know, he just wants to keep on working and make himself a better player. And as a teammate, you got to love that, honestly.
But talk about, before we go to Terry, she's up now, but your fellow seniors too. There's not many of you. There's very few. There's only about 9, I think, seniors on the team. Guys like Will Stein and Radcliffe, guys you came in with. Talk about the experience you guys have had together since you've been here.
You know, we talk about we would talk about it down there periodically as it was, you know, our careers were coming to a close, and just a roller coaster ride. You know, what other way would you want to end it? You know, going on top of the Sugar Bowl. You know, it was an amazing ride with those guys. You know, I played with those 2 in particular for a long time, almost 10 years. And, you know, it's been a blast the whole time, and, you know, I'll always remember that.
All right, Terry.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
I would like to say congratulations to the whole team, especially the seniors. And then also I would like to know, have they talked about this James Quick coming from Trinity? And what does he think that Teddy would be able to do to maybe get him involved a little bit next year? Regardless of our light schedule, I think we're still going to make some kind of BCS bowl. You know, it might not be the big one.
We still got to access that BCS. You're right about that, even in a diluted Big East. And James Quick commits to Louisville, wins the MVP of the Army All-American game under the guidance of Bob Beatty and Andrew Coverdale. James Quick come to Louisville. Tell me what you know. Do you know James? What do you know about him? What do you think impact he'll have at Louisville?
Well, you know, I never personally got to play with James, but I know him. You know, my little brother played with him. And I've met him a couple times through, you know, when he'd come recruit. And he's a really nice guy. You know, he's a Trinity guy. He's a hard worker. You know, unbelievable athlete. Obviously, everybody, you know, the whole nation got to see that, and it just adds another weapon for number 5.
I tell you what, the number of weapons they're going to have it's off the charts, as Hanson would say, and he's a guy that you just throw the little screen to, and then he does the rest. I don't know how many times that wasn't a big part of your offense, was throwing the bubble. I mean, you're mostly throwing the ball down the field, Teddy dropping back, but now you got a guy you just throw the ball over in the side, and you don't even have to throw a block. I mean, he literally, it's hard to two-hand touch the guy.
Yeah.
He's that elusive, that quick. I think he's going to make a huge impact right off the bat for the Cardinals next season. Roger, you're up.
Hey, just wanted to comment on the most important bowl. This one has to be it, and the main reason is Strong has been out of Florida now for 3 years, and this should help keep his gates open to get us some more ball players up here.
Well, it was a huge stage. I think it had the most. It sent the most shockwaves through the college football, And it will allow him to recruit at another level. I'm with you. I trust that opinion as well on the impact that this victory could have. And, Alex, did you get the sense, did you all run into the Florida players throughout the week? Did you? And I'm asking that, did you get a sense that they didn't want to be there? Or did you get the sense that you guys wanted to be there more? Because a lot of times these bowl games, the team that wants to be there more is the team that wins, but I don't want to use that as an excuse. I don't think they lost because they just weren't motivated. I think you guys were the better team. I mean, you were the better team, but did you run into them much throughout the week?
Yeah, it wasn't ridiculous. It was just, we'd see them here and there, and that's just how it was.
All right, Barbara. Barbara, you up on the Sunday Sports Buzz?
All right.
You're up.
Right now?
Yes, you are. You're on TV right now.
Barbara.
I don't hear me on TV.
Well, that's okay. We hear you. Just talk to us on the phone.
All right, I'll be glad to.
All righty.
I just wanted to say that Alex knows how proud I am of him, but I want him to also know how proud want everybody in Louisville to know how proud we are of Alex. And also everybody in Kentucky and everybody that's around, we're proud of him and also all this team. So.
Thank you, Aunt Barbara. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Alex Cupper here with us. We're going to take your calls, 964-2121, the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz Line. Be back in a moment. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org.
Sports Buzz will return after these messages from our sponsors.
Fall is here, and you are going to fall in love with all the great deals that we have for you on 21 Live all the time. You can find our great values on our website. That website is shop21live.com. All the different categories of life. You're going to find the best stuff there at the best prices. And while you're there, don't forget to like us on Facebook as well. Great values on the show, too, every week. You can find us here on ION Saturday mornings at 10 a.m.
14 seconds to go. Give it up on the right to Gordon. Gordon across the timeline. Timeout's left out front to McDonald. 6 seconds to go. Right corner, Price for the shot. Holy moly! 2 seconds to go.
Sunday Sports Buzz, presented by livingforless.org. We're here every Sunday, 11 to 12, back to an hour on our nice new set. I'm Greg Brom, your host. I'm here with Sugar Bowl champion Alex Cupper, and he's lighting the phone lines up tonight. We've got a full set of phone lines, but we're taking your calls, 964-2121. Alex, before we get to the calls, we've seen some video of that first hit on Teddy Bridgewater, knocked his helmet off. I'm surprised they didn't knock his head off. It was a pretty vicious hit. Did you get the feeling that they came out trying to intimidate you? That was part of a strategy. They wanted to come out and see if they could punk you guys a little bit and see if you'd back down. And how did you respond if that was the case?
That's something that Coach Strong and some of the Florida coaches said. They're going to come out, they're going to talk trash, they're going to try and intimidate you. And, you watch teams on film, with Florida's defense, we knew they were going to make plays. We just couldn't flinch as an offensive line especially. They make a big sack or whatever. You just had to get up and play the next play. You got to wipe it off.
Was there any special insight that your coaching staff, a lot of them have been down at Florida, knew these players? Were there any little keys they gave you in preparation about individual players, like this guy does this, he's not real good at this? Were you getting some of that insight from their familiarity with the Florida roster?
I mean, yeah, it's a little bit. You know, you'd ask him like what kind of person he is. Is he, is he like this? He's like that. But I mean, you can gain all the knowledge you need just from film study. But we asked him about a couple guys if he, how he was going to play. If you blocked him this way, what would he do? And it helped a little bit, but it wasn't a key factor.
Speaking of how well the line played, Mario Benavides. Talk a little bit about Mario. He's been there. You guys have been there a long time, both you guys. But Mario, he's been a starter since he got on campus. And talk about him as a leader, being the center. You probably played some center too, didn't you? Weren't you start off as a center as well?
Yes.
And then moved outside. But talk about Mario a bit.
Mario he fought through a lot of injuries. Obviously, when you play 40 some odd games, that's a wear and tear on your body. And just the way he's responded to that, and just how hard he worked to get his body right, and his dedication and loyalty speaks volumes of the person he is and the type of player he was. And he's a great leader, and we had a lot of battles together, and we went out on top. So that was
a special bond between offensive linemen.
That's right.
Definitely. As we look at some of the clips from the game, Muhammad Ali, Tom Jackson at the game, Tebow and Emmitt Smith, and you guys put a look on Emmitt Smith's face that he didn't see throughout any of those Super Bowl runs for the Cowboys. He didn't. You never saw somebody put a look on his face like that.
No.
But let's go to Oliver on the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz line.
Hey, Greg, how you doing?
Doing great, Oliver.
Hey, Alex, I'm proud of you guys, man.
Thank you very much.
Y'all made all the Cardinal fans proud. But, Greg, I want to say one thing. I take my hat off to all the players, the coaches, but you know who gets lost in the sauce a whole lot of times? That's Tom Jurge. Tom Jurge is hands down the best athletic director in the country. And he kind of stays in the background, but I want to say tonight that I'm proud of him. Somebody should have carried him off the field. Put him on the shoulders and take him off. Look what he's done, Greg.
I mean, tell you, hey, could there be a better month for an athletic director? And
I'm just telling you.
Unbelievable, really. It really has been unbelievable. And just look how close, how the whole story could have been different, Alex, if Connecticut somehow, they were the favorite to get that ACC slot. Tom pulls off, leapfrogging Connecticut, getting in the ACC. You got Charlie Strong keeping him out of Tennessee. Then you beat Kentucky. And then you go and pull the upset over Florida. If those things go just a little bit the other direction, where it's a whole different mood, but it is complete euphoria, and I'm with you, Oliver, on Tom's impact, definitely. And talk about Tom just from the relationship you guys as players may have with an AD, which a lot of places, football team doesn't have any relationship with the athletic director, but what's your relationship or your experience dealing with Tom?
Well, I mean, through the whole coaching change, that was, we dealt with him a lot. He set the mood straight. He's like, where you're not going to run another coach out of town. I'm going to get you the best, and he did, and he delivered. Just how he builds things down there is incredible. I agree with Oliver. He's the best AD in the country.
All right, let's go to Damon. Damon, you're our next caller.
All right, thank you for having my call, Alex. I'm going to repeat what everybody else said. Congratulations.
Thank you, Damon.
Stellar win. Got a question more, I guess, aimed about what happened in the huddle, because in the first half, the run game was stymied. It was stopped. Did somebody just get mad and say, look, this is enough. We've got to run on these guys? What was the tone like to get the running game going in the second half?
Well, there was tone, but then there was just a different style the way we attacked them. They were shutting our pin pull, I guess, that's more of a football phrase, down, with their speed. So, we just ran directly at them. You can't be intimidated with their size. You just have to run right at them, A-gap to A-gap, and that's what we did to move the ball successfully in the second half.
Well, that's a good point Damon made, because the first half you didn't get a lot on the run game, but I don't think any of us watching we all thought the passing game was going to be what would carry you. But the second half, you were able to just go boom and slice and slash through them. Jeremy Wright got some runs, and that just put the final icing on a complete domination, was your ability to run on them some in the second half. Real quick, before we go to break, I do want to go to one more caller. If we can get Calvin in. Calvin, you're up on the Sunday Sports Buzz.
Okay, well, what I was saying is this, man. We're going to have to stop making, first off, congratulations to all the guys. And I want to say congratulations to all the guys and stuff, man. They did a hell of a job. We ain't going to make no excuses for Florida. Florida got beat on the football field. They had all them old trick plays. If you take away that punt return and you take away that little cheap play they had at the end of the half, they ain't got but 9 points. That's all they really scored on Louisville was 9 points.
It was a garbage one at the end of the game.
We beat the crap out of them. We got a brand new Young Center. We got a Papa John Stadium. We're going to the ACC. We've been to the Final Four. We won the Sugar Bowl. Our teams are ranked real high. We got one of the best programs in the country. We shutting things down. The volleyball team's good. The track team's good. The baseball team's good. We got a brand new facility over. Cars. Congratulations, Alex.
Thank you very much, Calvin.
Calvin, getting fired up here. All right, we're going to take a break now. We're going to take your calls, 964-2121. Be back with Alex Cupper on the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org.
Sports Buzz will return after these messages from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Jim Weeks. At MaxCare, no project is too big. We have the capabilities to handle the smallest residential project to the largest commercial undertaking. We even clean big houses like this one. And everyone has been abuzz about our amazing 4 areas for $99 special. We want to let everyone know that MaxCare also cleans upholstery, ceramic tile, and air ducts. We also install and refinish hardwood floors dust-free. MaxCare, locally owned and family operated. Give us a call, 636-4629.
Smart shoppers, 'cause this is how you roll.
Get everything you need to make that old ride look new again at Smart Shoppers, the region's largest auto body supplier, providing you the full line of professional grade materials at the best prices around. Paint like the pros with a full line of House of Color paint products, only at
Smart shoppers, 'cause this is how you roll.
Check's Cafe opened in 1943 and since then has been known as much more than just a neighborhood hangout because of its laid-back atmosphere and diverse customer base. Come meet with families, laborers, lawyers, doctors, students, and mayors, as well as University of Louisville athletes. Check's Cafe.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
The season never ends on the Red Blue Review. At Kentucky, we're covering a national basketball championship.
And it's Louisville's turn next year, right?
It's our turn every week on Red and Blue.
With us, Sunday Sports Buzz, presented by livingforless.org. I'm your host, Greg Brom. We're with Alex Cupper, the Sugar Bowl champion offensive tackle and team captain for the Louisville Cardinals. And we have callers on the line. But Alex, first, what's next for you? I mean, you could run for mayor, I think. You could actually run. I might try. And you might. We've got another Trinity guy in there, but you. Yeah, that's right. But you actually could. Your popularity is at an all-time high. What is next for you as you move on to the next stage?
Well, I'm going to continue to go to school. Obviously, I'm going to try and, get as much schooling paid for as possible. But I'm going to, work out and kind of train here in town. I actually got invited to the NFL Players Association Bowl out in Los Angeles today. So
Right.
that'll probably be where I go to in a couple weeks to play in that game. And then just prepare for the next level and see, if I end up anywhere, I'll give it a shot.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Let's go to Dr. Ted. And Dr. Ted, I ran into you at the game in the hotel. That was an amazing experience on game day at the hotel. For people who weren't there, Dr. Ted, what was that like for you, a guy who's been following the team for so many years? Just the energy in the Marriott in that card march before the game.
brought tears. Hey, it brought tears to my eyes. Number one, number two. It's a combination of everything that Howard was talking about from the beginning, and you're part of it. And there are three things that I want to talk about. One is that, which is the importance of all the bowls. The most important bowl to me is the first one, the Fiesta Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But the best win is the Sugar Bowl, because
yeah, you know what? I'm kind of with you on that, Dr. Ted. And you're a guy who can bring that perspective of seeing the growth of the program.
Yeah, and I've seen those. And for Alex is the genius, and I hope that he does very well at the NFL, and I think he will make it more than anything else. And I have one question for you. Where is your brother? I was looking and seeing where is another Cooper coming in on the line.
Where's my brother, you said?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The older brother or younger brother? They're both working right now.
The younger brother, your younger brother walk on.
Oh, he does. He hurt his knee again, and he gave it up actually. So he's just working and going to school.
Thank you.
All right, Dr.
Thank
Ted,
you.
good to hear from you. We've got another Ted with us. Ted. Oh, well, we'll get Ted up here just in a minute. We also had another commitment today from Trinity. Reggie Bonifant, the class of 2014, committed as a quarterback to be a Louisville Cardinal for Charlie Strong. On the recruiting front, I mean, he's just going to clean up on the heels of this Sugar Bowl victory. But now I think we have Ted up now with us.
Hello, Alex. This is Ted Bickle.
Hey, Ted Bickle, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, pal. I want you to know that I've been watching you play. Even though I'm a UK fan, I have been watching you play and following your career, and I'm real proud of you.
Thank you
and
very much.
I remember 2 years ago, the first touchdown that U of L scored.
That's right.
You were playing center. Will Stein was the quarterback, and they hit Scott Radcliffe in the end zone, 3 Trinity guys.
That's right.
And so my favorite play for you all was 66-4-89.
That's right.
And another story, real quick. When you were in my class, I called all the students, athletes, by their numbers.
That's right.
And you were playing JV basketball as well as football.
That's
right. Your away jersey, I think, was 13.
No,
and your
it's 33.
home jersey was 14. And in class, I had to call you 13 and a half.
That's right. Yeah.
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 Well, look, pal, best of luck. I know there's a lot of people that want to talk to you. Best of luck. You've got the Bickle seal of approval. And just keep on keeping on.
And Alex, you're late on that homework too, so make sure you turn that in to Mr. Bickle.
Thank you, Mr.
By
Bickle.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
All right. We're taking your calls, 964-2121. We're with Alex Cupper, Sugar Bowl champion. Alex, before we go to another caller, the ACC, what's that going to mean for the program, do you think? What's it going to be like to play that type? I mean, what's it going to be like to have that type of caliber of competition on a regular basis coming into Papa John Stadium?
You know, it's not only going to affect football; it'll affect basketball. You know, being able to play those big-time Tobacco Road teams, even big-time soccer conference, big-time this conference, that. You know, it's a great conference all around. You know, maybe the best. And we're just gonna, they're gonna approach it like they did the Big East. Let's come in and dominate it.
And even though that we as fans, I think, would want the team to be in the ACC next year, I don't know I think they're okay with waiting one more year. Next year, Clemson and Florida State will maybe top 5 teams. Louisville, staying in the Big East, undefeated, another BCS Bowl. I might want to get one more in before I go in there and then have to fight it out with those guys. We're going to take a break. Come back, talk to Ellis. Still taking your calls. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org.
Sports Buzz will return after these messages from our sponsors.
flavor meets monster value, that's Rally's Cha-Ching. Try our new Garlic Ranch Swiss Burger. Seasoned 100% beef. Flavor loaded with Swiss, onion tanglers, and roasted garlic parm ranch. Cha-Ching! Or try our smoking sausage or Aussie Swiss. Bigger, better, and just a buck. That's Cha-Ching. Rally's, feast on.
This limited time offer is a real winner, so make sure you score one today.
Do you have dishes with spots, clogged shower heads, water appliances not working properly? These are limescale problems caused by the mineral buildup in your water. Now there's help from HydroCare, a patented solution sold worldwide. There's no plumbing required, no magnetic coils, no harmful salts. Just clip it on and limescale is gone. HydroCare's technology sends a strong radio frequency to prevent buildup and dissolve existing scale that will protect your entire plumbing system and all the water appliances. With HydroCare, there are no salt bags to lug. You'll be drinking healthy minerals instead of salt. One unit pays for itself by increasing energy efficiency and cutting appliance costs, which can add up to $1,200 a year in savings. Stop throwing your money down the drain. It's easy and there's no maintenance. Satisfaction guaranteed, and you'll save money. To order the amazing HydroCare and eliminate limescale, call or visit our website.
To order HydroCare, call 1-800-336-8155.
Attention Fosamax users. The FDA has warned that the drug Fosamax has been linked to low-energy femur fractures. If you've taken the drug Fosamax and suffered an unexplained thigh fracture, call the Reliant Group right now to be connected with an experienced attorney for a free consultation and to see if you may qualify for financial compensation. You don't owe us a penny unless we're successful. If you or a loved one has taken Fosamax and suffered a thigh fracture,
call the Reliant Group at 800-234-7418.
We're soaking up this Sugar Bowl victory for one more day before we turn our attention to basketball. We've talked about the tremendous impact the crowd had. It really was this is the one victory, I think, most that the crowd had the most impact on. I think that I can remember, maybe since the blackout game against West Virginia, and I think even more so, the intensity of the crowd. There was nothing going to stop the Cardinal football program with those 30,000 fans and those players on the field from defeating Florida. And Cardinal fans, you don't ever have to listen to SEC anymore as Louisville beats Florida 33-23. We're with Alex Cupper, and we have Brian on the line.
How you doing?
Brian, hey, what's up?
Oh, not much. I had a question for Al here.
Go ahead, Brian.
Now, when you're on the floor, how long does that last?
On the floor.
Your position?
All right, let's go. Brian, I don't know what you were asking, Alex, there, but we'll try to get another caller up here. If you can call back, we'll try to get you back on. We're going to go to Nick here. Nick, you up? Nick. Okay, Nick, you're up.
Hey, Cup.
What's going on, Nick?
It's Doogie.
Doogie, what's up, Doogie? What's going on?
Hey, I was just flipping through the TV and saw you on here big time.
Hey, thank you. You're big time too now.
You got a future in this, man.
Oh, thank you.
So Nick, you don't watch. Nick, you don't watch every week.
Nick's
now you have to watch every week from now.
Oh, well. I'm usually asleep because we have practice tomorrow.
That's true. That's right. Not anymore, buddy.
All right, is this one of your teammates here, Alex?
Yeah, Heiser. This is Heiser.
Heiser. Hey, Nick, talk a little bit about the. Are you gone? Oh man, we're going to get we've got to get you sitting right on that couch next to Cup next time. We're talking to Alex Cupper, 964-2121, the Oxmoor Ford Lincoln Buzz Line. Alex, there's one more game left. Notre Dame, Alabama, tomorrow. Who do you think is going to win that?
It's a game of the trenches. Obviously, you hear them talk about it a lot. But I think it's going to come down to the two quarterbacks who can make the most plays. McCarron has proven that he can make the plays on the big stage. So I'm going to go with Alabama.
Yeah, and I'm not rooting for him though.
I'm not rooting for him. I'm Catholic. Irish. I'm going for the Irish. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Ellis.
I'd like to start out by congratulating you, Alex, and all your teammates on a great win. And y'all really made a great start to mine and all Louisvillians' New Year.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And also, y'all were talking about Tom Judge a little earlier, and I had the good fortune of being around him when they was building the soccer park and the ladies' softball field, all that complex there. I think it's one of Tom's first projects, and he was just such a enthusiastic, hands-on guy. He brought grill out there on Fridays and cooked hamburgers and hot dogs for all this guys. He just a phenomenal guy. You just see the hands-on and the enthusiasm emanating from him. He's just a great hire there, and I'll close with that and see what you think about it.
Well, you talked a little bit about Tom. Talk about it. He talked about, Ellis talked about the soccer park and all the facilities. And what type of atmosphere runs throughout that athletic department? I mean, do you know any of the athletes on the other teams? And do you take, how much do you follow those guys and the successes of some of the other sports?
Oh, you know, that's what Tom Judge is. He's not just about football and basketball. He's about everybody, and that's why he's so great. In my opinion, you know, if he wants, you know, soccer team wants something, he's going to push so hard for them to get something. You know, volleyball, softball, it doesn't matter. He wants all his sports to succeed, and that's why they are succeeding. He hires great coaches. You know, every team has a great time with it, and it's unbelievable.
All right, you talked a little bit about your next step. Talk about that though. Pursuing playing professionally. What type of plan do you have? I mean, how do you go about that? You're going to play in this game coming up, but have people talked to you already? What type of prospects do you think you might have initially, draft wise or free agent wise? How do you see it going?
You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat myself. I'm not the largest human being in the world for a position that I have to play. So, you know, if I got drafted, that'd be great.
Are you going to be a center, maybe? At
Yeah, that's where they inside.
Okay.
You know, being able to play multiple positions helps, obviously, and you know, just gaining a little bit of weight. You know, if I just want a shot. If I get a shot, you know, give it everything I got, and it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You know, it's just not meant to be. So I won't be unrealistic about it, but you know, I'm going to give it a shot.
All right, Alex, hey, thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
A lot of people wanted to wish you well. And this will be something you have for the rest of your life, part of the Sugar Bowl champion team. And we want to thank him for being with us tonight. Make sure you tune in next week, 11 to 12, and every Sunday. This is the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by livingforless.org.